All right. So I'm going to add another object now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another cube, because what I'd like to do now is make some chips to go with my fish fingers. So I can either press the space bar, or I can click on Add, Mesh, and choose which one I want to use. All right, here is my cube. Let me just bring it so it's sitting on top. Now, can you see when I change my angle, this is far too close for me to work on. So I'm going to use the Shift key, the middle mouse button key, and I'm going to be able to move it that way. Sorry, let me just zoom out a little bit so I can shift and change the position of all my objects. So let's change this so that we're turning it into a chip. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it taller than my fish finger. So I'm going to be using the Z axis. So I'm going to press S, Z, and I'm going to make it taller. All right, you can see it's sticking through the bottom there. I can change that. All right, looking from the side, my chip needs to be a lot more skinny, so I'm going to use the Y axis and narrow it down a little bit. So S, Y, and narrow it down. As I say, I haven't got the best of mouses here. It's a little bit twitchy. Okay, I would be happy with that. I also need to change it on the X axis here. So SX, reduce the size of it. And I potentially have a French fry or a chip. Okay, I'm going to move that object. I'm going to press G, I'm going to shift it, and I'll put it closer to my fish finger. You can see it's floating, so let me just bring it down. Now, if this were a fish finger and a chip, it would be a very strange position for them to be actually standing upright like that, unless you had some skill in plating up your food and making everything stand upright. So what I want to do is I actually want to rotate this so that it's lying flat on its side rather than standing up like little soldiers. And if you want to rotate something, again, we can use a keyboard key. I'm going to press the letter R. And what I want you to do, instead of me telling you how to get it to lie down, think about which axis you want it to rotate on, okay? Without me touching X, Y, or Z, you can see that I can change the position of this. All right. However, if I said, let me just go back and undo that. To undo any movements that you've done, you press Control and the letter Z. Okay, and that will take you one step back. All right, so I have the option of rotating it on the Y axis, on the X axis, or on the Z axis. I would like you to get these shapes to lie down on this platform so that they're nice and flat without me telling you how to. When I come back in the next video, we will show you how to actually do that. Now, one of the steps I said I was going to show you is how to actually duplicate an object. So let me show you how to do that. If we take this chip, for example, and I want to duplicate it and I want to have lots of chips, all I would need to do is on the keyboard, I'm going to press Shift and the letter D. And when I move my mouse, you'll see that it's created a clone, a duplicate of that. So I can do Shift D and create another one. Okay, so create 3 chips, get 3 of those chips to be lying down on your platform, and get our little fish finger duplicated and lie that down too.